All day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 61. 55, Mike. Right here. Go. Mike 55. Don't let him breathe.
Brissett on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. A big play there on the first play of the game. 41 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the screen. Go. Watch the screen.
They go play action with Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Play action now. Brissett. He's got jacked up. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards the pickup there.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle.
That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 9-yard touchdown there. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Throwing again is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Houston.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Stop your body. Finish one down. He's coming. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On the counter, this is Hyde. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. Week 6 for Carlos Hyde was a big one. It was the Carlos Hyde redemption game let go by the Chiefs just before the start of the season, and he showed them 26 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown in that big victory. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Now Hyde. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, 38 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing, Brissett looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
What we got? Check. Crunch. 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 Okay. 50 bell. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Now Brissett. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Hey, PS4.
On second and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he gets it to Funchess complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Brissett into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last 2, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge one in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 40-yard line.
We're set. 19. Get the ball. Motion, pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. Hey, we're going 30 31. 30 seconds. Coming this way, coming this way.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jabal Sheard in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Back to throw, Watson. Dancing to his left. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run, hide, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Carlos Hyde with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Big loss on the play. Brings up second down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7 after the sack. Oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Brissett from the gun on third. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22. Brissett now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, here's Brissett. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the red zone now, Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Then this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Let's go, baby. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. 31.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got Fuller. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
First down, Texans.
Set. 19. 15. Check back 15. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Wall. Hey, 59. 59.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He's coming. Double up.
A 10th carry for Hyde. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They run it again with Hyde. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a run with Mack. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Brissett. Campbell making the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. On first down, it's Hines. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Brissett on first down. And that is incomplete here. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run the counter. Hines, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Check 55, Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the ship, watch the ship, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Ship! Go, run!
And tackled down after a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Check. 41's the moment. 41's the moment. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
Brissett looks to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.